What's going on, YouTube? This is Jedi Reviews, Jedi270 from over at Menace Airsoft on my brand new channel. What you're getting ready to see is the, third review that I've done on this new channel. And right now we're talking about Gentle Giant. Now, Gentle Giant Limited, I'll say it again in case you haven't seen the first Gentle Giant review I did of the Episode 3 Darth Vader. Gentle Giant started laser scanning things for Lucas Films a few years ago. And a lot of people don't really understand that, like when you go to the store and you pick up a Hasbro action figure, they wonder, hey, how did they get them look just like, Luke or just like Han? And it's because they laser scan the actors and then they build their modes from that. Now, Gentle Giant does everything cold cast out of polystone. Gentle Giant is also known as one of the premier collectibles as far as statues and busts go. And it's great stuff. There's no way around it. A lot of it is numbered items, if collecting numbered items is your thing. I'd like to also go ahead real quick and apologize for the wind noise and the road noise. I wanted to get outside in some lighting. This is the most stable place to do it with a tripod, so please excuse that road noise. It drives me nuts too. Now, the item we're going to be talking about today is the Gentle Giant Star Wars Darth Vader Anakin Reveal Collectible Bust. Now, when this first came out, the first place I saw it, and this is marketed, of course, like all of them, by Entertainment Earth. This is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. This item first came out in Star Wars Insider. The first time I saw it, it was a pre-order for $55. And I absolutely loved it. And I actually bought this one on a pre-order. This is one of the Gentle Giant items that I did not get on eBay. It is available right now on eBay, and it kind of ticks me off how this economy is going, because now you can get him for around about 40 bucks. And if you're really lucky, you can get him even cheaper than that. But to be honest with you, as far as the busts go, I've had a bunch of others, and I've had to sell them because of monetary problems. We had medical bills. I was laid off from my job for a year and a half, so I lost a lot of my collection. But I did retain a lot of my Gentle Giant stuff, and then it dwindled. But these are two items that I will never get rid of. Now, one thing about the collectible bust of Gentle Giant and the exclusives is you'll notice if you watch my other Vader bust, you would have known that there's no gold around the outside edges of the window. And of course it doesn't say exclusive down here. And this is just a little more attractive of a packaging. You've got a picture of the bust on the side. And of course there is Anakin being transformed into Vader, that we all waited 30 years to see that happen on film. And when I saw it with my sons, I was sitting there and it got to this point. My youngest son was already just yakking like he normally does. So I had to throw my hand over his mouth, and he got mad, and he's like, "Why'd you do that, Dad?" And I said, "Because I've been waiting a long time to see this, and I don't need you talking." So, here's a picture of Anakin being transformed by the medical droid. And like with all Gentle Giant products, on the bottom of the packaging, which is really cool of them to do, you will see on their numbered items, which all of them are, you will see right there that this is 2335 of 5,000. Now, the other Vader bust that we showed was not a 5,000 piece run. It was a 20,000 piece run. And I always want to let everybody know from the go that if you think about it, 5,000 of these things were made. This polystone is incredibly fragile, and not a lot of these things have survived. So you have to think, do I get this now if I don't already own it? Maybe I should, because the ones that are broken only dwindles and makes it more valuable. So if you get one of these situations, see, I haven't even taken this out yet. This is the product card from Gentle Giant, and this is the COA, which is kind of like a baseball card. And it says limited edition number 2335 of 5,000, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith Darth Vader Anakin Reveal. And you flip it over here on this side, and of course you have this lovely picture of our hero Anakin Skywalker when he fell to the dark side. So my partner over at Menace Airsoft, Scapegoat 1969, is watching these videos, and I know he's laughing his butt off because he's not a big sci-fi fan like I am, especially not Star Wars. So he gets a kick out of this crap when I do it. So This is for you, Scape. Now, if you noticed in my other video that the styrofoam packaging was gray, whereas this one is a white color. It does change from time to time, but it will always have the Gentle Giant Studios embossed in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this. And we'll slide this down in the box so it doesn't blow away. And like with all Gentle Giant statues that have a lightsaber included, it's going to be right down here in this little protected sack. Okay? And it tells you right there it's fragile. And of course, like all of them, and I showed you before, has the little metal insert. We're going to slide this down here on the table real quick and put this little sack back in the box. And then we will pull this bust out, and this protective cloth goes in here. And we will get a look at this one. Now, if you saw the first video I did of the Vader bust, it looks exactly like this one, except for the fact he's wearing his helmet dome, I mean his face mask. This one, the only thing they did different was they actually removed the helmet to show you Vader underneath as he looked in episode 3 shortly after his transformation. Everything else is the same. His undercoat cloak is gray, as it should be. All the voice boxes, the chest box and everything is all proper and in the right colors. Everything on this thing, the paint job on these is incredible. If you'll look down here, let's try to get as close as I can. Down here there's a vocabulator. All his little buttons and doodads in there. Even right down to the little nose pieces. Now this is one of the most commonly broken pieces on this particular bust. Because if you can see it move when I touch it with my finger, this is what makes this such a great buy. You know, you sit there and you think, okay, well it's fragile. Do I really want it? You want to put something like this in a display case, or send it off to the AFA and have it graded and put in a protective case and shock resistant case. And I'm not sure, but I think at one point they made like a carousel inside the case so you could turn it inside the case with a wheel on the bottom and that kind of thing, so it makes it really awesome. But this right here for a collector is an awesome thing because a lot of them got broken, and a lot of them, that just brings the value up sky high. If you'll notice here, pieces of his ear are burned away. He has the Sith eyes, the big nasty gash that we saw on his head in episode 6 with Luke, and it just goes all the way back. I mean, it's just bloody, it's gory, and when you look at the detail in this piece, it makes you think, my God, this man went through this much pain. He made a bad decision, and he did it for the love of a woman, and this is what's happened to him. He's been lied to. He killed his friends. He killed the children. Everything for the love of a woman and being misguided by the Emperor. And it's just, you know, it just blows my mind sometimes. Even though it's just a movie, right? Also on here, you'll also see that this neck chain is metal, just like the other one. And then his lightsaber slides in there. Now, the only thing I did not like about this bust, on the Vader, it's not so bad. But on this one, when this lightsaber is in here on display, it takes away from back here, what you see on this side. So I normally display this one just like that with the lightsaber unlit, and that way you can get a real good face at the damage that Anakin took from Obi-Wan. And the bad part about it is, his lungs are seared, his legs are severed, both arms are mechanical. I mean, he just went through a whole hell of a lot. And this man has to live like this for the rest of his natural life. So that's what makes the Star Wars movie so great for me. It's such a great story. George Lucas is just like a genius in my book. One of the best authors and directors ever. So, yeah. You want to make sure that when you get a chance, oh, also, just like everyone, right here on the bottom, 2335 of 5,000. Everything is inscribed in gold. It's a very class act. There's nothing about this collectible that's cheesy. It's very well done. And this is why they put it on the back of this, that this is an adult collectible and not a toy. I honestly believe that if I had the money, I would just, you know, fill my collection with these busts from Gentle Giant. They also make the bust ups, which I had about 130 of those. And those are also laser scanned and just as nice in detail as their larger mini busts. And although I don't have one of the statues, I would certainly love to have one. The Empire Strikes Back is my favorite scene, where Vader's talking to the Emperor and he's kneeling on one knee. And that was just an incredibly hard one to get at a decent price. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and I may get one eventually, but it has the light up base and everything else on it. But if you go over to eBay and you pick one of these things up, you get it at a really great price. You get it in its box. If you don't have a good display case for it, or if you want to send it off to the AFA, I would do that immediately. And, you know, get it taken care of to where it's never going to break. It's going to bring you years of joy looking at it if you're a true Star Wars fan. It's a very iconic character. In my opinion, this bust speaks volumes. This face tells it all. The entire story is written right there on Anakin's wounded face. So, hope you've enjoyed this review. I hope you like it. It's one of my favorite pieces. I will never part with it. Maybe one of these days I will, if it, somebody offers me a whole truck full of airsoft rifles. I might do it, but until that time comes, Anakin will stay right there in his box protected until I can get him graded. Go over to eBay, pick one up. I know you're pretty much not going to be able to find one anywhere else. You may be able to get one from entertainmentearth.com if they have them in stock, and you may be able to pick one of them up at Brian's Toys, but you're going to pay a heftier price there. So shoot on over to eBay, make sure you get a good deal, don't pay exorbitant fees for shipping, and pick this item up because it's well worth it. This is the Jedi from Jedi Reviews. We appreciate your time. We thank you for watching, and Vader thanks you for watching too. Have a good one.